right now, right now.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a very bullish video on XinFin today. I want to go right into it because I have a lot to talk about. So first, I just want to show this is XinFin website. I show this all the time about the utility of XDC will be mainly about these companies: Financial Cloud, Oracle Cloud, Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure. Those are the main top companies that they only have on their website, right? So let's go. Now we're going to talk about Ask Me Anything. That's one of the main things I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about that at the end. A lot of stuff that I didn't know, but yeah, pretty cool. But first, I just want to lay down my bullish reasons on XinFin. So OMFIF, I know I talk about this a lot, but I want people to understand this is, I don't even really know what this OMFIF really is, because they always talk about it's a think tank for central banking, but I understand it's important, very huge for central banks. It's like a consortium or we're going to call them, but it's like pension funds, regulators, like real global important people. And it even says investable assets of 33.8 trillion spread across the network. This is, I remember when I was like in 2017, 2018 beginning, and people used to talk about Ripple and XRP. I used to talk about how they're connected with these people and they could be getting with Swift, and if they get Swift, it goes to $333 and all this other stuff. But then now it's coming out, XinFin has the same information that's going on, maybe even better. I'm not even gonna lie, better information than Ripple even had in 2018 in the beginning, like because Ripple cannot be the front runner of cloud. Ripple cannot be the front runner of connecting data across global platforms and businesses and companies. They cannot do that, and if they do, they are going to get into it, and I'll explain that later. But they would not be the top dogs. Yeah, so let's go to this. So I'm on Medium, XinFin. So Abu Dhabi global market, right? So on 11 September 2018, XinFin, trading as XDCE, was confirmed as one of the 10 participants by the Abu Dhabi global market, which is ADGM. Reg Lab program to live test TradeFinex with SME across the MENA region with the support of regulatory assistance that is offered as an ADGM participant, Abu Dhabi global market. So that's huge for TradeFinex, right? And I'm going to connect this to Ripple, right? So Abu Dhabi global market, right? So on Ripple Drop, they have posted about Ripple and central banks, and then they have what is his name? I do not know his name, but he is from Ripple. I think they even said his name in this video. I like to say people's names so people understand. Dilip Roy. He's from Ripple, right? So now ADGM not only shared the news, but also added a separate tweet. So let's look at the tweet. Actually, I don't even want to read the tweet. I want to read this quote because I know the quote is just like the tweet, but it's very upfront. ADG, well, also Abu Dhabi global market will continue to work with industry partners and leaders like Ripple to enhance its financial ecosystem and platform to support innovation, investment, and digital asset market. Leaders like Ripple to enhance its, work with industry partners and leaders. So they know they're not going to do this mainly by themselves. They know that. Because I used to think they used to be like, they're going to be one of the main utility tokens, which they are, but I feel like me jumping out of like being a maxi of XRP and made me understand that it has a role. You know, it's a big role, but it's not a takeover role. They have other digital assets that do their own part. Now, so that's why I got the connection with Abu Dhabi global market, XinFin, and Ripple, because they even talking about Abu Dhabi with Ripple, etc. Right here on a Twitter, Abu Dhabi will continue to work with industry. I just read that. Oh my bad, but yeah. So that's what you get out of that. Let's keep going. I did a video on Ramco. Ramco is a XinFin partner, and Ramco had got these technology that I believe is using XinFin, XDC for WhatsApp, and Facebook owns, I think it's called Portal, which is like another Amazon Alexa type stuff, virtual assistant. But I do not have information if that will be working with Ramco. But then we have Google Assistants, Google Home, or whatever you want to call it, Google something. But that assistance, like Alexa thing, it will be ran on Ramco Chia. I didn't think I said that in an other video, but it will. And also, what's the other thing? WhatsApp, Amazon Alexa, and Google. That was the only thing they said. But maybe they have other things they were doing, but those are the top, and that's important. That's nothing to sleep on, because these products. I watch Gary Vee. Some of you guys might not know Gary Vee, but I believe in Gary Vee and what he says a lot because I have the same visions as him. So, like, in the future, I believe voice will be big. Voice will be huge, just like social media. That's why branding is very important. Now, let's keep going. So, this is XinFin about Torrent Pay. Torrent Pay is basically a product for XinFin for Swift to use. Swift to use. Swift loves, it even said they partner with XinFin. Do you know how much people would have wanted and like dread to Swift to say they're using XRP? Like really, like let's talk about XRP people. Do you remember early 2018 when people was talking about $300 if Swift uses XRP? And now Swift is saying they could use XRP. You're right. But that's not what they mainly will use. They will mainly use XinFin. Because XinFin is a good digital asset as well. All right, so I just read a little bit. TurnPay uses XinFin XDC protocol, which is an improved version of Swift protocol used today among banks globally to execute bank transfer. TurnPay processes payments between financial institutions and payment service providers. Right? That's huge. That's why I'm taking my time with this, because that is huge. I want people to marinate on this stuff, because before, all this information about digital currencies, working with big companies and big global enterprises, etc., it used to be hard to find, and people used to just dream and just, that's why I do a lot of speculation, because that's all we could have done in 2017, 2018 in the beginning, because non-disclosures and all this stuff, right? So let's keep on. Ripple to bring blockchain technology to Finstra's banking customers, right? Now, let's read this. Finstra's hundreds of customers will have access to RippleNet, Ripple's global blockchain payments network, to provide faster, cheaper, and more reliable payments. Customers will host on Ripple's cloud solution, which will significantly improve speed of integration with other network partners and allow for faster upgrades. Let's read that again. Customers will host on Ripple's cloud. Ripple's cloud, which you cannot find too much information about Ripple Cloud. This is the only information you can find about Ripple Cloud, about Ripple talking about Ripple Cloud, and it's the only place on Ripple website that will talk about Ripple Cloud. And when they talk about Ripple Cloud, Finstra is in a conversation. Finstra is heavily in cloud, right? So what is Finstra doing? Finstra is Finstra, or Finastra, my bad. Finastra Cloud is doing this with XinFin, you guys. Okay, that's huge. That's why this paper that somebody took of Ripple, talking about Ripple Cloud, RippleNet Cloud, and this, I'm sorry, but when you read this, it has nothing to do with cloud. I have to say it. It has nothing to do with cloud. It's just that RippleNet Cloud is one of the API set for all your RippleNet connections, enabling you to expand your reach by following more and connecting. By leveraging cloud technology, we've made it easier and faster. But there's nothing else. Vague. Cloud is not vague. Cloud is very easy to explain. The data, where it's going, connecting to a business enterprise, it doesn't say nothing about that. Why? They're not ready. I believe they're not ready. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not ready. That's why Swift is not live. They're not ready because they need a XinFin. And I'll explain that later, maybe if I remember. But let's read this. The R3 statement said that Corda Cellular will bring the Corda XRP ecosystem into closer alignment. Right? So basically, that's it. The Corda and XRP ecosystems bring a closer alignment by making it faster, making it easier to do. Basically, they're saying, okay, you're good. You're the top dogs of Corda. Y'all doing good. XRP, Ripple, y'all doing good. Let's do this together to speed it up, make it faster, right? So Corda Cellular has the potential to enable settlement for any Corda payment obligations by any parallel payment rail. That's not easy. That could be a cryptocurrency or a stablecoin. A cryptocurrency or a central bank stablecoin, or a traditional payment rail. However, in the latter case, it has to be capable of providing cryptographic proof of settlement. Oracles. Let's say that again. Oracles, which enable blockchains to communicate externally, are used to confirm the settlement. Once payment is verified, the Corda ledger will be updated. Now, when it says oracles will enable blockchains to communicate externally, that means that's a hybrid thing going on, okay? Because when you're in your own thing, you're a private blockchain and you're doing your own thing with your company, you need a external and go outside with other enterprises that you're not in a network with. So you communicate externally through oracles. And that is cloud technology. That's all in one, you guys, because we know R3 is partnered and very in it with XinFin. And they announced that, come on, R3, Swift, XinFin. Swift cannot go live without XinFin. They can't. All their data will be on the public ledgers, and their data won't be organized. And the only people who can, and they said that we'll be helping them with that, is XinFin, because there's no other digital asset. There's no other company that could just say, oh, we're going to help Swift with their data, and we're going to help them move payments and etc. with other enterprises and all that stuff. There's no other. It's XRP Ripple who has connections, and there's XinFin, which is XinFin is a straightforward. That's what we're using. That's why people are saying, why is Swift going to take over Ripple or whatever, because XinFin can do it. Like XRP ain't like it's just code, you guys. There's other smart people in the world too. Okay, so let's read this. Did I read this somewhere? No, I did not. So the deployment of Corda Cellular and its support for XRP as the first settlement mechanism is an important step in showing how the powerful ecosystems covoltated, I guess, by of the two of the world's most influential crypto and blockchain communities can work together, said Richard General Brown, CTO at R3. So what I'm getting at this, and I want to explain to you guys, the deployment of Corda Cellular and its support for XRP as the first settlement and mechanism as an important step. A step. They just made one step, you guys. Corda is not only mainly run by XRP. It is a first step. This is new, you guys. Come on. It will not be the only digital asset, native, whatever you want to call it, for Corda Cellular. No. Because not everybody will be connected to XRP and Ripple. They will be connections with XinFin, Ethereum, like other things, you guys. This is just the first step. Okay. So now last we're going to go into this. I hope this video is not too long for you guys, but XinFin Ask Me Anything. This is on Medium, and this is the person who's going to be answering these questions. AMA is co-founders, which is great. The co-founders, what's the name? Atul Kakadi and Ratish Kakad. Dang, I hope I got that right. I need to start getting his name right because I now feel like digital asset investor. But so let's keep going. Let's read the only important parts. Roadmap of 2019. Does XinFin has any signed active clients using XinFin? Yes, we do. There are 5 signed clients actively the XinFin network, using the XinFin network basically. So they said that. So who's the 5 signed clients? I'm like, okay, maybe it's Finastra, maybe it's Oracle, maybe it's Amazon, maybe it's Microsoft and IBM. I don't have that, but I have IBM definitely working with XinFin with the cloud situation. Um, it's easy to find. Come on, you guys. I don't have the thing because I was too busy, but yeah. So let's get back to where I was. All right. So 5 signed clients. Then they said they kept saying stuff. They said, please note that it is the client, not XinFin, that makes announcements relating to these partnerships. Please note that is the client, not XinFin, that makes announcements relating to these partnerships. Basically saying, please note, we can't control the information that gets out. That's not our do part. That's not our we can't do that. XinFin's clients operate in highly regulated and compliant environment. Y'all, they more regulated. They hang with people just as big as Ripple, maybe even bigger. These are big statements I'm making, but I understand this is early, but I understand I'm good at looking in the future and understanding basic common sense. You know what I'm saying? It's common sense that you will need a hybrid blockchain technology if you just look it up and understand how all this will work. Even Stephen Thomas, that used to work at Ripple, even said it in 2015. So XinFin's client operate. Let's reread that. We are required to operate under a non-disclosure agreement, NDA. The terms of an NDA is that it is the client, not XinFin, who controls when a public announcement will be made. This can take between several weeks and in some cases months after a client has signed to make an announcement. This is to ensure that they do not breach any regulatory or compliance issues regarding announcements. NDAs all over it. And then it said, how many staff members do XinFin have now? What they said was, firstly, it is important to know that XinFin is an open source hybrid blockchain platform. It is operated as a traditional company. In fact, XinFin is made of 6 partner companies in 6 geographies who together are the initial founding members of the XinFin blockchain, XinFin hybrid blockchain. These 6 companies are now taking the XinFin to a larger ecosystem. This is slept on. Nobody talking about this because that's fine. Nobody talking about it. I'm talking about it, right? In fact, XinFin is made of 6 partner companies, 6 geographies who work together who are the initial founding fathers. That's the founding members of the XinFin hybrid blockchain. I do not know who these 6 partner companies are. That's what makes it so intriguing. You know, like, what? Like, you gonna tell us it's made by these top big partner companies and you don't want to tell me where or who? Okay. And it's gonna make a larger ecosystem. So it says the total headcount of the dedicated XinFin contributors is nearly 100 strong and growing. So I guess like employees, they don't say that or whatever. But so yeah, that's awesome. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they even said it. They made a jab. I won't even say a jab at Ripple, but it can be. Some Malaysia and Singapore-based entities work on a private network. Its deployment on promotion. Yeah, I'm trying to look for some good big news to let y'all know. Yeah, so let's keep going. Is OMF? They said XinFin is the global. XinFin is the official global technology partner for OMFIF, who has assets of something 33 trillion, you guys, and GPI launch. They have a GPI launch, apparently. So their GPI launch will be XinFin. This was announced May 22, 2008. And we continue to be their technology partners. So they continue it. They're deep partnership and friendships right there. So does TradeFinex have any signed active clients using TradeFinex? TradeFinex have been in data since the start of the year. We have clients who have been trailing the TradeFinex functionality and proof of concept environment from earlier this year. From POC, we have moved to a sandbox environment with live testing up to US dollar, $100,000 per transaction with one of our clients. $100,000 per transaction with one of our clients. That's just one, and they moving transactions of 100,000, and they in beta. They're not even live yet. Okay. All right. Talked about Ramco. Ramco makes ERP system that is used by several Fortune 500 companies. Several. Not just the WhatsApp and stuff. That's just all I could connect. That's just all what I could connect, you guys. All right. And they don't do the CEO. They don't do CTO with XinFin. They don't do that. That's what they said right here. They said they don't do CEOs. CTOs are all functions of a centralized business structure, which is they saying they don't want to be like Ripple. That's what I'm saying that they don't want to be like Ripple. They don't want to look like a centralized company. They don't want to look like a centralized business. They want to be. This is an open source platform. That's all it is. XinFin is moving towards an open standard. We remove titles and positions such as CEO. Dog. Imagine all the Ripple haters. Imagine if they wasn't haters, they actually like XRP. That's what this is. If you like XinFin, it will like everybody will like it. You can't dislike it for centralized activity at all because they make sure of it. All right. Turn pay about XinFin. Now I want to this. I think this is probably the last thing I want to talk about. So Ray said there is also XDCE and USDC pair added to AlphaNext, whatever. But US dollar coin is a regulated stable coin initiated by Circle and Coinbase. So I talked about Circle. Some people think it's like a Federal Reserve or whatever. Because the Circle created the USDC, which is you'll see on the Coinbase app. It's on there too. But so that pair is with XDCE. Now the reason they said that, they said the development of such two pairings and liquidity amongst them is required for Turn Pay to go in production. I am not playing when I say big statements on Twitter. I am not joking. Once there are enough pairings, then app developers can build their own cross-border remittance and payment apps on top of XDC using the Turn Pay APIs. Come on, you guys. Like, for real, like, I'm about to be, enough for real. I'm about to start saying what I want to say on here, you know? So let's read this again. Development of such two pairings. The two pairings is XDCE and the Circle stablecoin USDC on Coinbase. So liquidity amongst them is required for Turn Pay to go in production. Turn Pay is Swift. So let's just say required for Swift to go in production. Once there are enough pairings, then app developers can build their own cross-border minutes. They can start. That's why I say when XinFin go live, I said when Swift go live, XinFin go live. And I'm not joking. I'm not saying that because people say a lot of stuff on Twitter talking out their butt, So, but I'm just, what I say is because I truly believe it, because that's what I'm seeing. And I'm not wrong. When I say XinFin is going to be bigger than VET, I do believe that. Look at what's going on. To me, VET is a great coin. I don't have it. I might be hurt about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no money going up. But that's fine. But that's not the reason why I said it. I said it because it's going to be mainly in China. If it was so good, if it was VET, they will use it in Walmart US. But they're not. They're using IBM XLM. You know what I'm saying? So when VET probably not gonna be the main thing in China. That's gonna be their probably first step or first all that. It could be anything, but it's not a global thing. It's not like a huge thing like this. Is VT with Swift with 1,000 banks and institutions and all that stuff? No, they're not. They're based on utility. They getting their stuff not from transaction. They get it from people scanning stuff and people stuff. That's just supply chain. That is great. All that is great. I'm not knocking it down, but like XinFin don't have time for that. That's all I just gotta say. They don't have time for that. So I think that is all I have for you guys. I hope you got a lot of it. I don't even remember much what I said because I'm trying to hurry up and do this video so I go to work. But I'm trying to do my best at getting a big picture for you guys because I feel like it could get on a bigger exchange any second now. Announcements could be happening any second now because Swift is happening. Swift is happening next year for sure. I'm not about to be like, oh, I don't get into. People wanted me to do and put in here about how much money you can make on XinFin, XDC. I'm not that type of person. I might do it later. I might do it whatever when, but I don't want to do that now. First, I want to educate. I want to. That's what I do every time when I introduce people to cryptos and all that. I don't tell them how much their money can make. Really, I probably say you can make a lot, but that's it. I'm not about to say you'll make this or this go to that. Nah, because I want you to get in, but I want you to understand. Just like stocks, how I got into stocks. I didn't put a lot of money into stocks when I first got into it because I want to first understand how it works. What am I investing in, and do I really know what I'm talking about? And is this real? I use common sense. I'm not a just. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm. I don't go into it like how many XD coins they have and stuff like that because I might be wrong and I don't got time for people saying I'm wrong because whatever. But maybe I'll just make sure I do a lot of research. But I just don't have time for that because it's not my priorities. It's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on utility. I'm focused on the biggest digital assets that are being used and going to be used. So that's all I have for you guys. I have to go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Uh, I hope you got something good out of it. That's what I really hope for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I love the support from everybody. Yeah, I'll try to bring out more content for you guys. If you guys want me to post anything or get into anything you want me to talk about, DM me on Twitter or anything, comment. I don't care. Just get at me. It's not hard to get at me. I respond. I don't have a lot of notification or anything. So, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace. And I would like if you guys would just look at my description and just read because I have a little message I want to give out to the community and everybody out there in the world. And